So last week I was here and I was hanging out with these kids. Came here to buy some waters and a little cracker for some guys that were here with the team. And I came here and was doing a little bee thing in people's ears, and they were amazed by that. And so we started hanging out, and I ended up with a group of guys over there underneath the tree, and one of someone's mom was there, and we were just talking and spending some time together. Ended up being here for about 30 minutes to an hour, just hanging out and talking about life, talking about what they did and what they're interested in. But there was one kid here named Stevenson who I recognized from Elias's church. He'd been there a couple of times when I preached there before, and he recognized me. I recognized him, and so had the chance just to talk to him. And so Sunday I preached in Elias's church, and I had a pretty sweet experience there because he was there, but he also brought a friend, One Love, who was a kid that I've known since he was almost 2 years old. And One Love lived in Lococo, not far from here, and the community we worked in from a long way back until now. And One Love was, he was friends with my kids. He was hanging out with them. They'd run around, they'd climb mountains together, and hang out. When we were in Lococo, they'd spend time. They were good friends. And so had a chance, and I was preaching, and One Love and Stevenson, the little boy that I'd seen here, he's 14, not a little boy, but a teenage boy, 14 years old, and they were there, and the whole time I was preaching, they were just locked in what I was saying. And I was talking about being obedient to God as an act of worship versus being trapped in legalism and performance to earn God's favor. But our obedience should be a thing of freedom and a thing of celebration that celebrates our salvation that we've been given in Christ. Not just something that we do out of a weight or a burden that is on us because we're trying to prove ourselves worthy to God and move on. So anyway, One Love and Stevenson were there, and I was preaching, and before I even got done preaching, they came forward, and I could tell that God was working on the Spirit, was dealing with them, and both of them, for some reason, just connected with that, and it was really cool to have the opportunity to see them give their lives to Christ, and to watch them, these two kids who, one I've known for just a little while, but got to hang out with here that day. The other one I've known for years, probably almost 14, 15 years. And to see him give his life to Christ that day was pretty awesome and pretty sweet. And to have a chance to pray with them and lead them in that prayer and to be a part of that was awesome. But God moves when his timing is right, and to see that my relationship and the trust that they have in me and the trust that they have in our relationship, whether new or old, was part of that experience for them. They were there because I had invited them. They were locked in because God wanted to do something special in their lives and wanted to change them forever. And that eternal salvation that they now have is now they're not only kids who I know, but now they're brothers in Christ. And that's a pretty cool thing and a sweet thing to be a part of. And it all started because I stopped by this little Comado and hung out under a tree with some kids. So awesome.